You are entering the Poirsha Fit experience of holistic wellness. Your mental and physical health are now your number one priority. Guided by the wisdom of our ancestors, of mindfulness practices, and using food as our medicine. Healing ourselves naturally is our daily mantra. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Poirsha Fit podcast. I am your host, Poirsha. This is the final episode of season 1. And guess what? Season 1 has only been 2 months. My first episode was released on October 26th-ish or 28th. You know something weird about that? I saw on, what are you guys on? Most of you are on Apple Podcast. If I scroll through and try to scroll to the first episode, the only episode it's going to show me to start was November 1st. So they are missing 2 of my episodes, which I don't know what happened, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to re-release those 2 episodes because it was my very first episode and I packed that episode with a lot of information about my certifications, my teaching background, who I am, who I was, why I am, and what I'm here to do and accomplish in this life. So it's very important information that I want people to know. So I'm going to re-release it, and I will have that in the title just in case you already listened to episode 1. But I love that episode. I mean, I worked on that for years. I had several versions of it, at least 8 to 10 that I recorded. So I need that episode back. And I think there's another meditation or something. I'll have to check. So that's what's coming. But today's episode is a part 2. Last week was Monday, December 23rd. I released the episode called Small, Simple Steps to Health Success Part 1. This is part 2 of that. In that episode, I talked a lot about, which I didn't realize I was going to talk so much about, was my monthly membership group called the Poirsha Fit Club that is launching this January. So it's happening in a few days. My person who's working on my landing page actually is working on it right now at this moment to finish it so that I can start promoting it all month long. So I will be doing that all this month, promoting my community because I want people to join so that we can all get started on actually achieving our health and fitness goals this year. So people who have been talking about the pandemic is the reason why they gained 30, 40 pounds and they have yet to get it off. And a lot of these people are only just now coming back to working out literally right now. The pandemic was quite a while ago. It was years ago. And people are still talking about this weight gain. So when are we going to actually shed the fat, right? To come back to the size that we know ourselves to be. Because that size was what we were comfortable with. I actually had a few clients show me pictures of how they looked before because my brain just couldn't wrap my head around it. And no, they were right. They were very small. So people, unfortunately, are very uncomfortable in these bigger bodies, these bigger frames. They don't even recognize themselves, and let alone recognize they don't like who they see. It honestly really hurts my heart when my clients look at themselves in the mirror and they say, I hate this. I hate this part of me. They point to their arms. I hate this. They point to their butt. I hate this. It really hurts because we don't want to hate anything about us. Because having that energy of hate, it seeps into other ways that we think about ourselves. So that is the mind and body fitness that my group is aiming to strengthen. We need to strengthen, sharpen, get fit our minds and our bodies. So this is going to be the perfect group for all of you, and I'm really excited for it to launch in 2025. I feel like it's the moment that I've been waiting for so many years. I just listened to a few of my coaching calls that I had years ago with my mentors, and talking about doing all the things that I'm doing right now, which podcasting was one of them. It's like all these topics that I have, all these things that I want to share and discuss. And here I am, almost 30 plus. No, I have 30 plus episodes already released. It's only been 2 months. And I'm just going to keep these episodes rolling starting next season, which is next week. Each season is going to be 12 weeks long, just like regular life seasons. So they will coincide with the seasons of life. So the third season will start in spring. So it's fun. I love that. And I can teach you all more about lifestyle, different foods that you'd want to eat, different activities you'd want to eat, daily activities to do, and also what scents are good, things to smell based on the season. And that is going to be my Ayurvedic influence, allowing me to be able to teach you about all of that. And in Ayurveda, seasons are very important, and us adjusting to life as the seasons change is essential to creating balance within the body and within the mind. So one thing that is the reason why we suffer a lot as human beings is because with all of this technology and all of these advancements, while some of them are fantastic, some of it has taken us steps backwards. So it has made us disconnected from nature. So therefore, we are always kind of battling nature rather than going with the flow of nature. And then also we get caught up in doing the same thing all year long. We never change our routine. We never adjust to any new changes. And I think that's what also causes us that anxiety when things in life start to change, because we never change. We just stay the same every single year, year after year. But you see life around us in nature, it's always changing. There will be seasons where you see a lot of butterflies, right? You see a lot of them flying around, and then you won't see any at all ever. Then you see certain flowers blooming at certain times of the year, and then you won't really see them again. Every plant, every animal has its season. Hummingbirds, you see them singing around during the summertime, but you don't really see them singing around every day, all day, right? So these are things that we really encourage as Ayurvedic counselors, people to do, is to get back on track with the way that nature flows. So us getting back into that same flow, waking up when the sun is coming up, right before the sun comes up, doing your morning meditation or some kind of spiritual grounding work. Waking up when the sun is coming up, also getting your day started mindfully. As the sun is rising, you are also rising and getting movement going in your bodies. That's going to help your metabolism, saying, hey, we're up, we need energy, time to eat, to fuel us, to prepare for the day. So eating your breakfast. I was at Erewhon buying breakfast just the other day, and a lady who was ringing me up said, "Oh, you have such a healthy breakfast." I said, "Yes, every single day I eat a healthy, delicious breakfast." She's like, "I wish I ate breakfast. I don't eat breakfast because I don't have the time." So I'm looking at her face. She did have a mask on, but I saw her eyes and her eyebrows. I'm like, and her hair. I'm like, okay, girl, well, you have a full face of makeup on and you did your hair. Like, you full on curled all of that hair. I don't do any of that. I'm not putting a full face of makeup on and like doing the most with my hair every day. Yeah, right. I'm not spoiling the world like that. You guys don't need to see me like looking just dripped down and slayed every single day. No, people wouldn't appreciate that. You get my plain face pretty much 80 to 90% of the time. For me, as long as my eyebrows are done, my face looks just fine, in my opinion. And then I love to wear Burt's Bees, their chapstick, but I like the tinted chapstick. So it's like a fake lipstick because it's like plum colored. So I'll wear that and it looks like it's lipstick, but it's not, because I don't want to trace my lips with actual lipstick because that takes too much time. So anyway, that could be a reason. That's her reason why she's not eating breakfast, which she didn't know. But I told her that. But it is what it is. She's probably not willing to not wear as much makeup. I mean, you guys, she was wearing full on like not mascara, I forgot what you call it right now, but the powder that goes on your eyelid. Like, that thing was packed. It was caked. She had full on lashes on, like long, thick lashes. Her hair was all curled. Like, how long does that take? Just to work here at Erewhon? Like, no, nobody needs to be that beat in the morning. Like, nobody cares. But no judgment to her, but that would be her reason why she's not getting breakfast in the morning, because her priorities are just different from mine, right? I'm not trying to look like that every day. I don't care enough. Sorry, people. Like, you just get my natural look and I'm happy with that. And even when I do my makeup, I take the advice from my mom. My mom has always done this. If it takes longer than 5 minutes, I'm not doing it. And that's me. We just do quick 5 minute, quick little mascara, boop, boop. Give me some eyeliner real quick, wop, wop. Let me just color these eyebrows a little bit, shape them up a little bit better, and put on my little Burt's Bees lip stuff, and I'm out. Now, when I'm recording or filming, that's when I'll put the foundation on my face. But even that's quick. One of these days, I threw that on so quick. I didn't even have the little foam pad. I just honestly used a paper towel. I'm sure some of you are like, what? Use a paper towel to put the foundation on? Yes, I did. And I got so many compliments all day that day. Because people aren't used to seeing me that dressed up, which I appreciate. Because again, people don't need to be spoiled with you looking your best every day. No, I want you to be surprised when I'm dressed up. There needs to be a real reason and occasion. What I do though is most of the time I'm slaying with my outfits. Like when I teach classes, the slay is happening and I always have some sick looking kicks to go with my fits. So there you go. You know, you get the nice outfit, the natural unmakeuped face, or very rare occasions you get a full makeup face with the outfit. I mean, how many heads am I trying to turn in a day? Okay. I don't need all that attention. I'm not interested. I'm on my grind right now. So those are the priorities, right? If you're not eating breakfast, then you want to be eating your lunch at an appropriate time, because that's when the sun is peaking in the sky. And that's when your metabolism is at its highest functioning and ready to break down the food. So feed that metabolism in the middle of the day. It'll really help you to burn off those calories that you're focused on. I don't talk in calories personally. I don't care about calorie talk. I don't look at calories. I like to talk about food and what is the nutrition that you're giving your body. What are you feeding it? So just a different language, different approach to health and eating, because I don't see food as a calorie. I see food as nutrition for the body, for fuel for the body. How am I feeding myself? That's what's important. Then the sun will be going down. So before sunset, by sunset, you want to have eaten your dinner. So ideally eating your dinner latest by 6 p.m. so that your body has time to process it before you go to sleep, because you never want to go to sleep on a full belly. That's just too heavy. It's a lot to break down. And while you're sleeping, we want to be resting and digesting, but you want the energy not to just be all about digesting all of that heavy food that you ate. You want it to be repairing the tissues, repairing the cells. You know, when you get like a scratch in the middle of the day, I don't know, sometimes you might scratch your thumb. Your body needs time to repair that, like overnight. But if you're just feeding it and stuffing your body, it's going to take that energy away from that, because the body has to prioritize, well, what's the thing that we need to be doing now? Eating a light dinner is ideal, which here in America, that's just not what we do here. So it takes a lot of unlearning and undoing what society wants you to do. That's what's going to help get you back on track with your fitness. Sometimes with people, it's not about always what you eat. It's more about when you eat it. That's what we talk about in Ayurveda. When you eat the food can be way more important than what you're eating. I know I have a coworker who told me about her husband, how he doesn't eat all day, but at night is when he eats heavy foods and all the sweets. He'll be waking up in the middle of the night eating sweets. I'm like, girl, that's a problem. And he doesn't work out and he's getting big. So I said, if he would do all that eating in the middle of the day for lunch, while his metabolism is working in his favor, he would have less problems, less complications. She's like, I know, he doesn't listen. I'm like, okay. I mean, he's eating heavy stuff in the evening, like sausages and carbs and I don't know, cakes and cookies and snacks, all at night, you guys. Then people wonder why they can't sleep well. Well, because you stuffed yourself. Your body, you just fed your body all that energy right before you're going to sleep. It doesn't even make sense. Why are we even doing that? If you have trouble sleeping, you're probably sleeping on a too full of a belly, or sometimes you don't have enough food in your system. So that's just obviously person specific. So then you go to sleep. When you wake up, ideally, you're eliminating. You are going number 2. As soon as you wake up in the morning, you should do number 1 and number 2. A lot of people I've heard and found, they don't do bowel movements. So what do you think is happening when you're putting all this food inside of your body and it's not coming out for like 3-4 days? That's no bueno. Proper digestion, proper elimination is crucial to health. So most people I find are very backed up, clogged up. Things are stuck inside. They can get stuck. You literally, they have that saying, you're full of, you know what? Yes, you can be full of it. How do you eliminate it? How do you get it out? Well, Two of the best ways that I recommend is an easy way that you can do at home is one, drinking more water. So allowing your system to flush. So that's your own way of flushing your internal body. If you don't like just drinking plain water, add a lemon, add a lime. Maybe if you want to add a little bit of fruit juice and then have it diluted a lot more with the water, do that just to have a little bit of flavor. Right now, because nature is amazing like this, the season for citrus fruits is popping right now. So grapefruits are growing on the trees, oranges, tangerines, lemons. Use those, squeeze those juices and put them into your water to help you to drink more water, to eliminate more. I guarantee you drink more water, you're going to be going to the bathroom more, and it's going to be more than just urinating. Second, I recommend eating fiber. Not taking these fiber pills or drinking, what's that one? I forgot. It's in a green bottle. I can picture it. It's something to do with fiber, but it's a brand. No, like eat actual foods that have fiber in it, which is going to be fruits, vegetables, and also good ones are chia seeds and flax seeds. I like flax seeds. So you can eat flax seeds, but get the mill, or you can buy flax seeds and then you can grind it up yourself to make its own mill. So it's like a flaxseed powder. You can add those to your delicious morning oatmeal and get a lot of fiber in that. And also adding nuts. Those are going to be fibrous, filling, and you will definitely need to get moving to the bathroom after eating that healthy food. And what fiber does is it sticks to your internal, to the intestines inside, to the walls, and it's able to pull whatever is stuck in there and take it out. And imagine you have this fiber in there. It's capturing the remnants of the fecal matter that's still inside. So then imagine it's like stuck, it sticks to it, and then you flush it with all that water that you're taking all day, and it just slides on out nice and easy. So now you have clean intestine, clean colon, you got everything out, and now you don't have anything stuck or backed up inside of you. And now for our commercial break. Let's get your gut health balanced. Did you know instead of taking pills for probiotics, you can eat food and drinks with probiotics in it? Consuming real food is my number one choice and first recommendation for all of my clients needing to improve their gut health. Can you guess which kind of food it is? Yes, it is fermented foods. Fermenting Fairy is a fantastic company whose products are formulated to feed and support gut health. I found this company, I started buying from them, and I am a fan. My favorite part is it's all plant-based. They have so many delicious varieties. They have ginger applesauce, cinnamon applesauce. I still eat applesauce as a snack. There's a variety of sauerkraut flavors, caraway and fennel, dill, ginger, carrot, lemonades with lavender, elderberry, ginger, all kinds of coconut milk kefir. Right now, a brand new vanilla spice pear sauce and a new tart cherry lemonade. I'm hungry talking about it. So go to their website, fermentingfairy.com, use discount code POIRSHAFIT to receive 15% off your orders. And DM me at poirshafitpodcast to tell me which foods and beverages you love the most. I have a 90-day challenge update, which I'm really excited about. Some of you don't know, But I've been doing my own made up 90-day challenge since October 3rd. I figured 90 days would be until December 31st. And I wanted to just start working out every day because I wasn't. And I work in a gym. So I'm surrounded by people who are showing up every day. All of my clients are showing up 1, 2, 3 times a week for their workouts. And I had to look at myself and say, hey, Poirsha, where's your workout? Your workout can't just be the workout that you're doing when you're working, when you're teaching. You have to set designated time for yourself. So I used 90 days to get myself going. And man, have I been going, and I have impressed myself beyond. I've been doing things I've never done in my life and hitting little mini records and successes that I never thought for myself. One of them is, so the challenge is, it's me jump roping every single day and also training with kettlebells. So here's where I am with the jump rope. This is for people who don't know. I started out jump roping for 3 minutes a day. Then about a month in, I graduated to 5 minutes a day. Then I bumped it up to 8 minutes. Then around day, I think 82, I believe, I jumped for 10 minutes. My goal, my big audacious goal, was to be able to jump for 10 minutes by the end of the year. And I hit it in the 82nd day, which surprised me because it was actually surprisingly pretty easy. I was like, oh, I got this. So then last Monday's podcast episode, I said, I think you guys, I could jump for 15 minutes. Forget adding 2 or 3 minutes like I've been doing. I was like, I think I can do 15 because even jumping at 10 minutes, I still felt I had more gas in the tank. Like I wasn't super breathing hard. I was sweating a little bit. So what do you know? Last week, it would have been day 83. Oh, the next day, I jumped for 15 minutes and I recorded it, just so anyone's wondering. Now, the funny thing with the recording is I thought I was recording myself, and all you really can see in the recording is my jump rope and my wrist and my forearm occasionally. So I was like, dang, that's not going to be good enough. But yeah, I jumped for 15 minutes straight. And I didn't feel overly tired. I wasn't exhausted. But the key thing was I made a 15-minute playlist. So the thing that I'm needing is I have to have good upbeat music while I'm jumping, because literally I can be jumping for the whole 10 minutes and be thinking about how I don't want to be doing that for 10 minutes straight, just talking in my head. Oh my gosh, when is this over with? Oh my gosh, when is this song over? When am I done? And so I have to focus my eyes on something, which usually I'll focus staring at my belly button. To be honest, it's weird. Or I'll stare at my thighs and just visualize them getting super duper, uber duper toned. And that's what I'll stare at. But I have to be focused. If my eyes are wandering all around, I'll start messing up. But I did it. And then it was Christmas and I was just driving around way too much that day. So unfortunately, I didn't get to do the jump rope. But I did it again on Thursday, 15 minutes. And I videoed all of them because I want to have proof for all of you doubters out there. And then I jumped again for 15 minutes on Friday night. Now, Saturday, that's when my calves were actually sore. My butt's kind of sore. I just felt sore and very heavy. So I said, all right, we're chilling on that. But I still did my kettlebell training. And then I'll be back at it again until the end of this year, jumping for 15 minutes. But people that I tell that I've been jump roping like this, they're incredibly impressed. And I'm surprised. They're like, whoa, that's extremely impressive. Like, you just jump a full 15 minutes straight. Yeah. But these are also people who run. My uncle, he does the Stairmaster, and he's like, whoa, that's a lot. Like, there's no way I could jump that long. but I've built myself up for the past 90 days. So I feel at this point, I crushed my goal. I honestly never thought that I could jump for 15 minutes straight. And because I've been doing it every single day of just jumping consistently, my knees feel so much stronger. My knees have been the reason why I don't run anymore. And because I was a former soccer player, my knees have just had it. But I don't know, you guys. I think these quads are getting much stronger and better able to handle the impact. So as I've said before, my goal is to be able to at least run 1 mile a day. If I can just wake up in the morning, do a quick mile run, come back and get to my other workout, that would be the best. So I think I'm really on track for that, and I'm excited. Also, what I thought last week was, hey, it's 2025. What if I can jump for 25 minutes in 2025? I think I can, because even at 15 minutes, I'm still not exhausted. And I've been jumping more than 15 minutes, to be honest. I do about 16 minutes just to make sure. Sometimes I mess up, so I like to make up for that time that I messed up with the jump rope. I have more gas in my tank. I could do more. So let's see, 25 minutes. Why not? Remember what I said about myself? Like, I like to challenge myself, challenge my body, challenge my mind. Can I do it? And really with this jump roping and kettlebell training, what I've noticed, when you decide to work out every single day and you actually show up every single day, it's more about the mind than the body. Because Saturday, if I'm being completely honest, I could have still jump roped, even with my sore calves and butt or whatever. I could have, but I just didn't want to. And here's the thing. I don't actually like jump roping. It's not fun. It's like you're just going up and down, and I'm not fancy with my jumps. So I literally just jump up and down for the entire 15 plus minutes. I'm okay with that, but at least I have the stamina to do it, but it's just boring. So that's the only thing for me. I don't like to do it, but I still do it because I know it's beneficial, and I don't want to have to stop to start back over again. Because once you stop, you guys, your body will decondition so quick. If you just took off, I will not take off 2 days of a break. 1 day break is good for my body, but not more than 1 day. Because once you're at 2 days, then you're struggling for 15 minutes. I'm not actually physically struggling. I create my own mental struggles by resisting, by saying, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, how many more songs do I have? Like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. When is this going to end? Like, all that talk is happening while I'm jumping. So just know that you can do your workouts. You can show up every single day and not want to do it, but still do it. So I just say complain through it. Why not? Sometimes you just have to, and who cares? Sometimes you pick up that kettlebell, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lift this bell, but you lift it anyway. So that's another thing. I've progressed in my kettlebell training from swinging, from doing a clean and snatch, so lifting the bell up overhead. I went from doing 12 kilograms to 14 to 16. 16 kilograms is what I'm going to have to test out for when I get certified this year for Strong First. But now I'm at 20 kg. So 16 kg is 35 pounds. 20 kg, I think, is 44 pounds. So it is. So I'm literally lifting this 44 pounds up over my head, holding the bell up to the ceiling. I'll bend the elbow, bring the bell to my collarbone, and then push it back up. That's a lot of work. That's a heavy thing to be doing. And now I can do it with both arms. So both arms have 44 pounds that I take over my head, and I will walk around the gym like that. That is heavy. But my shoulders are super strong. My back is really strong. I can see the more definition, more cuts in the muscles of my back, definitely in my chest and my arms. It's well sculpted. And I just noticed my face. I think it was 2 days ago. My face is thinner. I've always had chubby cheeks. That's just a thing for me. I'm still cheeky, but my face is thinner. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I don't know. But I'm enjoying this journey. So I'm giving myself 2 weeks of continuing this training. And then I'm going to do the in-body fat test. Remember, I want to see the fat and muscle ratio to see if I gained a few pounds of muscle. I did the body test on October 15th and I have 68 pounds of muscle. If I can get to 70 pounds of muscle, maybe by January 15th, that would be really cool. At least 1 more pound of muscle even. We'll see. And that's okay if I didn't do it in 90 days. I'm going to be working on this work all this year because I really want to see what my body can do when I actually do some kind of weight training or jump roping, because I'm the yoga Pilates queen and that's how my body has gotten this way. But I want to see if I add a little extra weight with the lifting, what it could look like, because I told you all I have my eyes set on possibly doing some fitness modeling, because why not? I have this body anyway. Let it make some money for me. Come on now. I see all these other people out here making money for their physiques, and I'm like, I roll out of bed and I look like that. What can I actually look like if I actually tried? It's time to try. It's about to be 2025. Why not do it? Do myself a favor. Thanking my dad and mom and grandparents and my ancestors for my naturally fit physique. Why not get paid for it? I started out this episode talking a lot to you all about how if we can retrain our bodies and our minds to go more with the flow of nature, as far as when we eat and timing it with the sun and how we eat and how much we eat and all those lifestyle activities, we will bring ourselves into better balance. I talked a lot about the body today and not so much about the mind, which I want to talk about now. How does going with the flow of nature help with our mind fitness and the wellness of our mind? If the body is fine-tuned, if it is well nourished, if it is well attended to, then we have less distractions and we are able to think more clearly. What I have found working with people is that they are uncomfortable in their bodies. As I told you all, the people who've gained weight, which could be you, right? You've gained all this weight and now you're uncomfortable. And you're probably uncomfortable doing regular life activities such as walking around for extended periods of time. Can you imagine yourself walking around a theme park? What kind of aches can you foresee for yourself? Do your knees hurt? Do your feet hurt? Do your ankles hurt? How about your back? Do you feel pain in your shoulders if you're walking around too long? How about when you're in your house and you're bending down to pick things up off of the floor? How does that feel? How about if you're gardening for a certain amount of time? Does your back hurt? Do your knees hurt? Do your hips hurt? When you put on clothes, Can you do it with your arms extended? Can you reach your arms back behind you? Maybe you have a bra if you're a woman and you unsnap it. Can you reach back to unsnap? Or no, that doesn't happen because your shoulder is preventing you. How does this affect how you put on your clothes? Can you bend forward to stick a foot inside of the pant leg? Can you balance standing up, or do you always have to sit down to put your pants on? What does your daily life look like? What are the challenges that you have doing pretty much basic movements? Can you bend your knees and kind of hit a squat? If I'm at the grocery store and there's items on the bottom, I'm thinking about my muesli that's always on the bottom shelf. I walk up to the aisle, I see the muesli, I bend my knees, I drop down, grab it, maybe look at it, the packaging, and I stand back up. That's a deep squat. And I just did it effortlessly. How about when you need to get something that's higher up? Can you extend your elbow and reach your arm? Does your shoulder allow you to do overhead reaching? Or are you like my client that I told you about last week who has a frozen shoulder, where overhead movements, reaching, is out of the question? When we can get our bodies back into shape, we are able to get our minds back into connection with ourselves. We can reconnect within. Reconnecting requires stillness and silence. Maybe not always stillness, right? I'm thinking about how and when do we feel the most connected in life? Think about that for yourselves. Most people need to get out in nature. We need to go on a hike. We need to go to these remote places. We need to go on a retreat, because on a retreat, we are far up, we're closer to nature, we're able to disconnect from other people, all the noise, and then we can focus on more important things like the smell of fresh air, or I can feel the coolness of the air. It feels cleaner. You appreciate water when you go hiking. I mean, just seeing a river is exciting to see. Just hearing the sounds of the water trickling over the little pebbles and rocks. Looking at the different sizes of the rocks and the different textures, and how the water, because it's running over the water, has smoothed over those rocks. You get excited when you see the little tadpoles in there. We love seeing a waterfall. It's so peaceful. All the natural colors of life. When we're out in nature, there's a serene, peaceful feeling. Why? Because we've removed external distractions. So the external distraction that you are living with is your body, because we are not our bodies. Our bodies are a temple for our real self, which is our soul. We are the soul. We are the energy that exists with and without the body. We don't need this human body, this fleshy body, to exist. I believe we had a choice, so we decided to come into human form, into this body, for whatever reason we wanted to come here. Maybe it's learn lessons. Maybe it's, I feel for me, for my journey, I came into this body to learn more, to go deeper within my own self. We are not just this body. We are so much more than this body. But if we are consistently not feeding this body well, not treating this body well, it will break down a lot quicker than maybe we wanted it to. A lot of us want to stick around longer. Some of you are grandparents and you want to see your kids and grandkids longer. Some of you want to see your grandkids have kids. If you're my mom, you want to see your own kids have kids. I don't know when that's happening. All seriousness, my dad, I have a baby sister. He wants to see her graduate from high school at least. She's only 3. He's 60. He needs to be around a lot longer. So we need to take care of this body because we only get this one that we're in right now. Now I have my own beliefs about coming back into a different body, different form. That's beside the point. But for right now, at this moment, this is the body that you have, and you can't trade it out. No matter how much you wish you could trade it out, because this is what clients tell me. I wish I could just trade it out. I wish I could just remove myself from the body. The body gets fit and does all the working out, and I just step back into an already fit physique. Well, it's not like that. It doesn't work that way. It's time for us to tend to the things that matter the most. And if the physique, if the way that your body functions is not important to you, then you will suffer longer. You will not be able to do all the things that you want to do because you have neglected your body. You have neglected your mind. And just know that it's not all about the physique. I've said this many times before. Just because you're strong and fit and you show up and you work out, that doesn't mean that you're mentally fit. You're mentally well. The mind needs to be trained as well. And if anything, the mind needs to be trained far more than the body does. The mind is wired to protect you, to try and keep you safe, to keep you in this safe little box. If you're a type of person who wants to stay safe and be happy with just where you are always, then that's okay for you. But if you're like me, you're ambitious, you have so many things inside of you that you just need to get out, like you're a creative, you want to see your visions come to life, that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort to overcome those thoughts that are trying to keep you held back, to try to keep you safe, keep you out of being uncomfortable. So we always have to work against our minds until we get to the point to where your mind is starting to work with you and even do things for you that you weren't expecting. I've experienced firsthand, especially this year, when I have probably done the most daring act, one of the most daring acts of my life this year, and changing my life completely. I have seen life make room for my dreams to come true in a real obvious way. That if I told you how something happened, you wouldn't believe me. Because it's too crazy. It's like, no way. That's too much. That's too much of a miracle that happened. It's because I willed it to happen. Because I wanted it that badly. It was in my heart. And I took the time. every day to have quiet time with myself, to talk to myself about my wants and what I don't want. I took the time every day to be in silence, to be still, to release and relieve myself of the distractions that surround me, so that I can clearly communicate with God, with the all, with all of these powerful energies, the beings that I cannot see, my relatives who have passed on, who still visit me, my close friends who've passed that I can still communicate with in my dreams. I'm receiving information. I am being communicated with, and I receive these messages, and I am able to move through my life feeling more confident. At least I'm able to be more bold. Even when I don't know, I'm able to make moves and do things and make decisions that are really, really risky, but it doesn't feel like a risk to me because I know that I'm having help. I didn't share this with all of you, but I'll share with you now. For the past, I think, 2 years, I've been seeing hearts in life. And because I don't want people to think I'm crazy, I've been taking pictures. I stopped taking pictures for a while because I just thought it was too much. But then I started taking pictures again. But right now in my phone, I have 434 photos of hearts. Like literally, I peeled an orange one day and there was a heart shape on the orange. In the trash can, when I was taking the green trash bins out, there was a heart-shaped leaf. I was walking down the stairs and there was a piece of paper that was like folded like a heart. One day I was bleeding on my face. I used my shirt, which I was wearing an I Love New York shirt on, so it was a heart-shaped shirt. I took that shirt and I dabbed my face, and the blood was in the shape of a heart. And I took a picture, so I have proof of all of this. I'm not making this up, but I've been seeing hearts for years. And I've been seeing hearts on license plates every single day. I stopped taking pictures of the license plates one. I was like, okay, this is just too much. What is the message here? I took the message as, I'm just loved. I am loved by so many, not just people, but I am loved by life. I am loved by God. I am loved by my loved ones who have passed on. They still show up in my dreams. And I'm able to embrace them and communicate with them. Oh, I'm getting a little choked up. Oh, sorry. All right, let's ride this home, okay? I had a dream recently. My grandma passed in 2015. She was my grandma that I was the closest with. Just she and I were confidants. I talked about her in one of the episodes. But she's been visiting me since she passed. And I just had a visit with her a few weeks ago. I wrote down the dream and I actually shared it with my family in our family group. Long story short, we were having a family disagreement and we needed grandma to help us resolve it. So I was the one who went looking for her. This is my dream, okay? So I looked for my grandma. I found her in the kitchen. She looks at me and she's like, "Who are you?" I was like, "Grandma, it's me, Poirsha, your granddaughter." She looks at me again and she's like, "Oh, here I go. I'm going to cry." Ooh. She calls me Polly. So she called me a lot of names, but I think she said like Polly Po or Po, something like that. She recognized me and I'm like, "Grandma." And we just embraced. She hugged me. I hugged her and we just sat there in the kitchen crying. Because for both of us, it felt like it's been so long. But we were so happy to see each other and embrace. And then while I'm in my dreams,
I'm literally thinking in my dream, like, why hasn't it been so long? Like, why haven't I seen grandma? Why does it feel like this? And I can't figure it out while I'm in the dream, but I'm just thinking that. And we just embraced. So for all of you, I don't know if you have visits from loved ones, but my grandma passed in 2015, so she's still visiting me to this day. And I have a friend who was in her 90s who passed last year in 2023, Martha. I visited her a lot, and she visited me in my dream a couple times since she's passed away. So I know that life goes beyond this body, and the connections that we make here are still strong even when we cross over to wherever that is. So I think it's important to take care of your bodies and take care of your minds. Don't allow your mind to go to waste. Don't let it become something that you just check out and you're no longer connected, because you could be missing out on other connections. I have plenty of family members who have not received a visit from grandma. They don't have these visits from family members who have passed on, but I do. And it's been, I think, a gift that I've had my whole life that I can remember. I've always been a dreamer. I dream every single night. My dreams are always with the people who are in my life now, ones who have passed on. They don't always mean something, I don't believe, but I just believe that life just continues, whether you're awake or you're asleep. So there's something about this infinite existence. And because of my own personal experiences with the beyond and how vivid my dreams are and how I receive messages in my dreams, there's just no way that I believe that it's only this body is how we exist. So not only am I strengthening my mind and using that time, quiet time, to be peaceful and to connect for now, but I want to still be connected in the beyond. So I think we can still strengthen our relationships with past loved ones even now. So if that's something you're interested in, why not schedule time for yourself every day to just sit with yourself and be. And for all those loved ones, those people that you missed who aren't going to make it out this year. We've had people pass away. People that we love pass away this year who aren't going to go into 2025. And there are people who in 2025 won't be here for 2026. We never know who that's going to be. We never know when. The point is, we need to be able to connect now. Take care of ourselves so that hopefully we can be here to see our children, our grandchildren. Even if you don't have kids, I don't, but I'd love to see my nieces and my nephews grow older so I can cry because they don't look like babies anymore. So let's take care of ourselves. And as you all know, I'm finally having this platform so that we can all come together and create this community of wellness where health of our minds and health of our bodies are our number one priority. That's the gist of the group. All right, everyone. This concludes our episode for season 1. Thank you all so much for listening. Let's take 3 closing breaths together. Inhale. Two more breaths in and out. Last one, best one. Thank you all so much for listening. I will be back in your ear next week, next year. I love you all very much. Namaste.